All right, guys. We are live. It is Thursday, the 7th of March. I got it, and I got a great show for you tonight. We have the President of the United States, Joe Biden, and with his State of the Union address. But, guys, don't you hate it how they just call everyone far right?
Intolerance is a preference of the far left, which portray everyone else as far right. Corbyn's poo tastes adorable, and if you dispute that, you are known as far right. John's been sniffing glue. He gets frustrated that there aren't enough immigrants. They love a bit of it. Far right. Who's that gut lord marching? You should cut down on your pork life, mate. Get some exercise. All the people, all the white people, and they all get slandered and branded as being on the far right. You know what I mean? I get up when I want, except when there's a call to prayer at the local mosque. Far right. I put my trousers on, I go on Facebook and I complain about the noise. Far right. I feed the trolls. I sometimes
We got a lot of stuff to go over. We got some polls with heat maps. We're going to look at how they are predicting a GOP red wave yet again for 2024. It's going to go far right. What's going on, all you racist, sexist, intolerant, far-right, MAGA extremist, Christian ethno-nationalists?
It's got nothing to do with supporting free speech, you know.
Oh, you're the most intolerant, deplorable, rural rage people that there are. Well, that music just kind of ended abruptly. Oh, we got a great show for all you guys. We're going to be looking at, we have the president's going to be coming out. And so we're going to be playing a little bit of bingo tonight. As you can see, I got a pretty good card. Let's see if we can get that a little bit better. Yeah, I got a pretty good card. I'm pretty happy with my card. Yeah. So we can see that President Joe Biden is all set to Roomba on into the Capitol and mumble some incoherent gibberish. Oh, wait, in 26 minutes. So we got some stuff to go over that we're going to, we're going to talk about. Who we got out there in the crowd? We got a great crowd, as always. We got a great crowd starting to form. Who do we got? We got Salty Alaskan. My dude, what's going on up in Alaska? We have got Gino Fast. Motherfucking Gino. Gino Fast. We've got R&R Steve. We've got Freddie Sodium up in here. So we've got a nice little crowd, and we are going to keep it going. Now, we're going to start with some polls because, yeah, it's going to be awesome, Gino, but not as awesome as America is going to be in just 12 short months, guys. Just less than a year. It's only a year away. Look at what we got. What we have here right now is the 2024 Senate heat map, right? As you can see, there are there are 28 Democrat seats where there's no election. So that 28 Democrats are safe this election season. And then we have, compared to 38 Republicans, which are safe, right? So the Senate, I believe, is every 6 years. And so senators have it pretty good. There are some states, okay, so if it's a gold color state, it's up for grabs. It's a toss-up, right? Right now, the projection is that the Republicans will have 50, the Democrats will have 47, and there are 3 up for grabs, right? But they have Ohio on here, so I think that definitely one is going to go to that. And Montana, yeah, that's definitely going to go too, right? Right? Arizona, oh, if they just get Arizona, right? Then it's 53 to 47. Now, I don't know how Arizona's going to go, but it is going hot for the Donald Trump in the presidency. So let's kind of look at that real quick. So here's the presidential interactive map, right? Oh, I guess Arizona is not going, right? Which is weird because I have another poll where Arizona definitely is going, right, for Trump. So if we put Arizona in the Trump camp, right, and we put Georgia where he's ahead by a lot right now. He's ahead by a lot, right? That still is not enough, right? So he's also ahead right now in Nevada, right? I don't get it. Why is it not changing? Yeah, he's not. I don't know if he's going to win Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is looking mighty blue. Right? He'll probably not take Michigan. It's possible. Maybe. If he takes Michigan, he wins. It's going to be Wisconsin and Michigan. He's behind in Virginia right now. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to take Pennsylvania. It's too early to tell. Oh, they got this one county for... No. Let's make it all red. Yeah. It's going to be close. This is how it could go down. He could win Colorado. He definitely won't win New Mexico. Any of these states. I doubt any of these states. I mean, it's possible. Dag, look at that map, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy that just these couple states, right? California, Oregon, Washington, Illinois, Pennsylvania, right? New York. It's just a couple states is all there really is. Look at the rest of the map. Almost the entire country is completely red. Do we get to win this time? I sure hope so. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know how this thing's going to turn out. Like, there's a chance he could win Wisconsin, but you give him Wisconsin and he wins, right? Then he doesn't need Nevada, right? But he's probably going to get Nevada, right? Can we give him back Nevada and take Arizona? That would be nice. No, can't win without Arizona. I mean, maybe if you got Michigan, but that's... Right? Then you crushed it. Then you don't need Nevada. Which other one did we give him? We gave him Ohio. Or no, he already had Ohio. We gave the Senate Ohio. Right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it goes. Yeah, it's possible he could win Michigan. If there's... See, that's the thing. That's the thing. If enough people are disenfranchised with Joe Biden, right? They feel hopeless and they don't want Joe Biden, but they don't want Trump. They just won't vote. And if that happens, then shit, he takes Colorado too, right? Right? Can we give California to Mexico? I mean, we pretty much already have, guys. We pretty much already have given it to Mexico, right? Now, okay, so everyone needs to go and subscribe or follow Fabulous Junicorn on Twitter. You guys need to follow this person because I'm stealing some stuff off their Twitter feed. Let's go. Okay. So, right? Oh, the good, innocent, heartwarming people of Palestine, of Gaza, right? The good, heartwarming, innocent, just sweet little angels in Gaza, right? Look what they're doing with the food that we're giving them because it came from the United States. Look what they're doing. There's the food that we gave them. Right? They're going to throw it in the garbage. Ah! Yeah, because it came from the evil America, right? There's nothing that we can do to appease these people, right? We can't. Every time we're light-handed with them, they're heavy-handed with us, right? Every time we give them something, right, they just throw it away. This is a good example of, like, every time we give them an opportunity, they throw it away, just like they did with our food right there, right? And it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Now, illegal migrant accused of killing Washington state trooper was previously accused of domestic violence. The illegal migrant who crashed into a Washington state patrol car and killed the officer inside was previously arrested on charges of domestic abuse, officials claim. Paul Benitez Santana, 32, was arrested last Saturday after the fatal incident which took the life of a 27-year-old trooper, Christopher Gadd. King County Court. So King County, that's going to be Seattle, I believe. I remember everything, guys. King County Court documents obtained by Jason Ranch Show on KTTH show that Santana was previously arrested for assaulting his girlfriend, identified by the initials M.C. MC abuse. MC victim, right? MC victim, who is also the mother of his then 5-month-old child. So this guy is a real winner, right? Right? He beats the wife, the mother of his little baby, right? And then murders a cop. He crashed his car into the patrol vehicle. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that it was malicious. He could have just been drunk. That's no excuse. It's actually worse, I guess. Right? But, yeah. That's why you guys shouldn't drive drunk. MC victim reported to police that the confrontation began when she got into an argument with Santana over text messages he was receiving from another woman, according to the documents. MC victim reported throwing Santana's phone, after which he began punching her repeatedly. She suffered significant damage to her face, including a broken nose and swollen left eye. A non-felony plea deal from Santana was accepted in May of 2019. So this guy's been here for at least 5 years. Now, here's all that. So they had a chance, right, to deport this guy, but as we know, Washington State is just communist. It's just full-blown commune up there. Like, there's some good parts of it, but, you know, the major metropolitan, just like we saw on the U.S. map, right? It's these cities, these big giant cities, right? Where all these crazy fucking people who are over-socialized and suffering from neurotic disorders, right? These places, just like nationally, are holding us back, right? They're corrupting us. They're subverting us. You were in Olympia for 16 years? Yeah, Olympia's not as bad as Seattle. Now, oh yeah, by the way, we got one more map, actually. Hold on. This is the house, right? That's all the districts in the house. So, I don't really know. Yeah, that all looks about right to me, man. That all about looks right to me. See, that's the big one right here. If these counties right here in, like, this is where, okay, this is Phoenix right here. This is like Tucson over here, and then this is like Flagstaff up here, right? I hope you all can see that. This is also highly populated areas. So if these two counties go for Trump, it'll flip this blue county, right? Trump's supposedly doing a play-by-play of the address. Oh, that's probably where everybody is. Huh. I would probably much rather watch that than this too. No. But this is way more fun. I like being the Donald Trump. Okay. Now, yeah, and this is how black people feel. Well, this is how some black people feel about the migrants. Let's go.
See, these are new niggas on the block. Look at these motherfuckers sitting on the corner. They the new niggas. They ain't got nothing on their mind. They just came to America and they waiting on marching orders. Them niggas sitting right there on the corner. Yeah, they waiting on marching orders. Y'all niggas better wake up and be prepared for war, homie. They ain't let the boys.
Damn!
They coming for us. They coming for us. These motherfuckers standing on every corner doing nothing. Look at them. I'd be ready to crack one of they motherfucking heads.
Whoa!
If they look at me,
I don't support violence against
I'm gonna
people.
punish them motherfuckers, and I suggest y'all do the same. See,
Unless
these
they're
new niggas.
unless they're pedophiles or Google employees. Okay. Now. Hey, what's up, blind dude? Glad you made it. Holy shit, look at that. When you see this happening in your country and your president says he needs a new law to act, just know something is cooking. Biden is 20 minutes late. Oh my God. I hope that's not true. I don't have the content to fill that out. I was pretty confident that we could depend on the State of the Union starting on time. Like, I've never heard of the State of the Union being late. Have you? Have any of you heard of the State of the Union being 20 minutes late before? I don't think I've ever heard of the president not being exactly on time all the time everywhere. Except for since Biden took office. Before then, I've never, seen or heard of a president being late or failing at anything. Well, except for, George W. Bush and the whole war thing. But Biden's Roomba algorithm got ESG'd. I've never heard of a president that needed a diaper change. Yeah, it is like being late to your own wedding. Exactly. Hey, look, it's drag queen story time with little kids. There was a drag queen stripping with the little kids. Oh my God, what is the point of this? This is horrifying. Now, guys, black people, as we saw in that video, are wising up to this. This is from a website called Thy Black Man. I assume that this article was written by a black man. Now, I know you shouldn't assume things, but it's thyblackman.com. Okay. Here we go. There are clear established laws in the United States regarding illegal immigration, migration, visitors on visa of any sort, and most definitely laws on illegals working in the United States. I'm not going to detail or list out why they are. You as fully grown adult citizens or not know what they are, or you should have a general idea at a minimum. Okay, here we go. The idea that the Biden administration is exploring and prospecting the idea, this is not written very well. The idea of giving over 400,000 illegally immigrated Venezuelans and those likely from other countries work permits and other associated benefits packages spell out two things to me and should to you. Dereliction. I think it's supposed to be dereliction. I don't know. Dereliction of duty and flagrant ignorance of the law. One of the primary roles and responsibilities of the executive branch is to enforce the laws of the United States, not usurp them, right? So what this black guy is saying is that there are laws already on the books, that we could use to deal with these problems, right? Now here, this is where it starts to get interesting. This is from a black person. Let's turn our attention to the grander scheme of things afoot. Have you ever heard of the Tammany Hall machine? How about William Boss Tweed? These playbooks never died, and when you hear terms like the great replacement or the extinguishment of the American identity, these are not said or discussed in hyperbole or out of the realm of conspiracy theories. These are very real phenomena that is occurring before our very eyes. So black people are wise, at least these black people are wising up to the idea that yes, they're just being exploited by the Democratic Party, like he was talking about, like Tammany Hall, right? That was like, that was more like mafia, but they did the same thing. They used, they pandered and they basically bought votes, but they literally bought votes. Back then, it wasn't even illegal to buy votes, so that's a whole nother thing. But but the Democrats today are doing the same thing. They're literally buying votes, right, by promising free services, right, to minorities. And black people see these new minorities coming in and getting all these free services and noticing that they aren't getting the services that they used to. In fact, all they're getting is lip service, right? And so they're starting to get angry, too. So, soon now you have the cliche of the angry white man. Soon it'll also be the angry black man and just the angry man, right? Right? So, and that's that's reshaping, I think, more than anything, the dynamics of this country. And, if 10% of black people, which, according to the recent numbers I've seen, this has already happened. But if just 10% of black people joined the Republican Party that weren't there before, right? And the Republicans only had, say, 25% of the black vote, right? With 25% of the black vote, right, and 50% of the Hispanic vote, the Republicans control all houses of government eternally, right? Right? And those things are actually happening right now, right? I was watching Walk, Don't Run, and I saw that almost 50% of Hispanics and almost 25% of black people support Donald Trump in this election. The great replacement is when Trump wins and Biden leaves. That would be awesome, Scoop Truck. What's up, brother? That would absolutely be awesome. We got a few minutes. I have more stories. Actually, I have plenty of stories. Okay, here's something that Joe Biden definitely won't be talking about. Fucking terrorists set fire to Elon Musk's fucking Tesla factory. It says Elon Musk's Tesla factory suffers $1 billion in damage after attack by, quote, the dumbest eco-terrorists on earth, end quote. The surprised arson attack against Tesla's electric vehicle plant in Germany could have caused damages of up to $1 billion, the company claims. Production came to a standstill and workers were evacuated Tuesday after a power outage that officials suspected was caused by arson, with a far-left group claiming the attack. Elon Musk's Tesla CEO condemned the incident and insulated the attackers. Now, I had to stroll all the way the fuck down to figure out who this far-left group was, and they buried it, like, all the way. Here we go. A far-left group called Volcano Group. I've never heard of them before. I bet you that they're mostly made up of Mossad and CIA. Yeah, so referring to the possible attackers, Musk, who owns 13% of Tesla stock, wrote on X, formerly Twitter, that these are either the dumbest eco-terrorists on earth or they're puppets of those who don't have good environmental goals. Yeah, they're puppets of the corporate fascist left-wing fucking institution that is creating a cult-like woke fucking mind virus in order to trick dumb, stupid leftists into believing that the establishment is how you fight the establishment. By joining and worshiping the establishment, you are somehow fighting against them. I'm not making this up. I am not making this up, guys. Now, the corporations have co-opted the far left movement, and now they're pushing this unigender woke mind virus of homogeny, right? It's about creating a homogenous tofu flavored fucking population, right? Where everyone's the same race and everyone's the same gender, right? And that's, hey, what's going on, Anonymous? And that's how we fucking are at this point that we are at, right? It's not, there are not two parties. It doesn't matter. There's only one party. And that's the corporate fascist woke fucking mind virus, right? Either you're with it or they will kick you off the internet. They will take away everything from you. They will fucking silence you. And if they can't silence you, they will attack you, right? They will do everything they can until they destroy you. And that's why we have to fight back. That's why I do this, right? Now, more stories that Biden definitely won't be talking about. Army intel analyst charged with selling military secrets to contacts in China. Well, what do you know? Yeah, I definitely sound homophobic and racist. I know. That's just, I'm far right, I guess. I guess I'm a far right liberal. Guys, I'm a far right Jewish liberal. Like Joe Lieberman. What's up, Johnny Matrix? All right. Now, this is something that Joe Biden definitely won't be talking about. An active duty Army soldier and intelligence analyst spent over a year selling sensitive military documents related to the U.S. defense of Taiwan, weapon systems, and missile defense systems to China. Federal prosecutors alleged in an indictment unsealed Thursday and obtained by CBS News that Sergeant Corbin Schultz is accused of using his top secret security clearance to download classified U.S. government records at the behest of an unnamed individual. Oh, it's always that guy. God damn these unnamed individuals. Why can we never catch them? Now, who claimed to live in Hong Kong, allegedly amassing $42,000 for a whole $42,000. Guys, you could be a fucking terrorist. You could be fucking hung for just $42,000. You too can be hung for treason. Now, he was arrested Thursday and charged with 6 counts, including conspiracy and bribery. Bribery? Oh, because he's guilty of bribery. Okay, I get it. According to court filings, Schultz was a sergeant and intelligence analyst and assigned to the 506th Infantry Battalion. The charging documents don't name the Chinese government. Of course not. Of course not. Of course they don't name the Chinese government. because that would be fucking, actionable. And that's the last thing that Joe Biden's DOJ wants for this country, is for us to protect ourselves against our foreign enemies, right? So of course they don't specifically name the Chinese government, because that would be the truth. And the last thing anybody wants to tell you is the truth. No, apparently Joe Biden's going to be late. Oh, wait. Something's weird. It's acting weird. I don't know, I'm going to refresh it. It's acting weird. 42,000 was it? 42,000 for the big guy. Why won't it let me go to the end? Hold on, I'm going to have to close this. It's being weird. I think my ad thing crashed or something. Hold on, let me get another one. Yeah, it crashed for some reason. I don't fucking know. What do I look like, a software engineer? No, he's still not out. Joe Biden is still not out yet. That's crazy. That's crazy, guys. I can't believe the president is late to the State of the Union. I hope he's late. You know what I mean? Like, as in, the late Joe Biden. It's a matter of time. Why do you think we stream every one of his events? Because there's like a 50-50 chance it might be his last one. Well, you don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss watching him croak live on TV. So, yeah, it's all reloading. Sorry about that. The video might get a little skippy right now. Okay, so turns out Chinese hackers are infiltrating America's critical infrastructure. Wow, we're like a day ahead of the news, guys. Have you noticed that? Like, a lot of the stories I talk about are about a day or two ahead of everyone else talking about them, right? Because this one's going to be talking about a recent security conference in Munich. FBI Director Christopher Wray issued a stark warning about the escalating cyber threat posed by the Chinese government. And as we saw yesterday, guys, the sheriff of Butler County, Ohio, said that all the lights were... No, he said all the red flags. There's more red flags now than there were before 9/11 about terrorism. So, there's the whole fucking system is going insane, saying that there's going to be terrorism. But Ray issued a stark warning about the escalating cyber threat posed by the Chinese government. And we heard that in Butler County, Ohio, they get 3 attempted hacks a day by China and 2 by Iran. His butt hasn't been wiped. My butt's been wiped. Okay, Scoop Truck says, I wonder if KJP will walk out and grab the mic and start saying, okay, thank you, to rush everyone out. Yeah, because he's that like she does after he makes every speech so that nobody can ask him any questions. That would be hilarious. Well, we're not going to get any questions tonight anyway. They're not going to ask him any questions. They never ask him questions, right? At the State of the Union. He just stands up there and talks. I wonder if the House, the Speaker of the House will give him sarcastic looks and rip up his fucking speech at the end of the night. Mike Johnson. I wonder if Mike Johnson's going to rip up Biden's speech like Nancy did to Trump. Oh, God, I hate these. With its vast network of utilities and distribution lines, the United States remains highly susceptible to cyber incursions. Volt Typhoon, in particular, has been exploiting vulnerabilities across sectors such as communications, energy, and water, posing significant risks to the nation's security and stability. So, I think we've talked about them before. They're like the premier Chinese hacker group. Utilizing sophisticated tactics such as proxying traffic through compromised routers and exploiting outdated security devices, Chinese hackers have managed to evade detection while infiltrating critical infrastructure networks. Proxying traffic through compromised routers. Huh. That sounds fancy. Never mind, I'm sorry. That sounds like a good way to do it, actually. All right. The recent disruption of a Chinese botnet embedded in older routers by the Justice Department sheds light on the extensive reach of such cyber intrusion. Okay. Wow, now I kind of want to...
Mr. Speaker, the President's Cabinet.
Okay, so we have all the fancy people coming out, walking around like they're better than us. We have the Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, who's a cocksucking faggot. He's literally appeases the Iranians. Oh, it looks like we're a little bit behind. Hit that live button. Hey, what's up, Smooth Jazz Plays? JCW? Watch for 35-second no blink moment. Do I have that on my bingo card? Nope, I don't. Well, I don't care about that. I'm looking for him to say, finish the job. That's going to happen. That's the Unity, China. I don't know. Damn it, I don't know. He might not say anything about China, except for, China's not out to eat our lunch. They're just a competitor. I have a great relationship with China. Sugar, but it's not sugar. That's BS. They opened a back door and the U.S. government refused to close it. It happened a while back. Does anyone remember? Yeah, well, yes. This has actually happened many times. The router botnet thing has happened many times. It's actually, What the problem is with it is that it uses the plug-and-play protocol that has often been exploited by hackers. that plug and play shit is a security weakness in itself. Your router has it. You can disable it, but it's on by default. What that does is it allows anyone that knows how to do it to get all your, like, what kind of router you're running, all that shit from your router with a request. There's Blinken bragging about how, he's killing all those Ukrainians, right? Like, oh yeah, we killed 1 million Ukrainians. Yeah, we're gonna kill another 1 million. And hopefully 1 million Russians. Because profits, right? Someone's gotta buy all these old weapons off us at an inflated rate. Joe Biden says he almost got his butt wiped. Now we're waiting for the pedophile in chief to come out here. He likes to be fashionably late. Hopefully, he's late. Hopefully he's carried in by 6 dudes. No, I don't mean that. Because then we would get somebody else. Like, I don't know how many other people Trump can beat. I'm really confident about him whipping Biden's ass. We're just waiting for the president. He's probably getting injected with a cocktail of speed and, I don't know, more speed, the blood of children to keep him young. He's just, getting another shot of adrenochrome, sniffing some adrenochrome, sniffing some methamphetamine, sniffing some cocaine with Hunter. Him and Hunter probably just take a couple, fucking dad and lad hits off the crack pipe.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
Boo! Boo! Why aren't they playing the song? They're supposed to play the song. God damn it. I'll do it anyway. Hail to the chief, he's a kitty sniffing weirdo. Hail to the chief, cause you don't know where he is right now. Well, Democrat women wear ugly clothes. Democrat women are just ugly, generally speaking. Conservative women are fucking hot. Even the ugly ones are hot. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's still kind of hot. Compared to a Democrat, though, she's a fucking 10. Look at Joe Biden, he's so fucking jacked and confused at the same time. You see, that's why you should never, smoke weed after you take uppers. It just makes you stupid. I've been there, Joe. I've been there. They gave him an upper and a downer, and now he's just all confused. Look at that face. That's a look of disorientation. He's got Chuck the Schmuck Schumer behind him. Chuck the Schmuck. Here comes his Mitch McConnell moment. He's had several of those. You ever seen when he's like, Well, never mind. Maybe I shouldn't go into it here. I don't want to waste any of your time. I shouldn't say what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's definitely the look of where am I. He has no idea. He has no idea where he is. Boo! Boo! Look, there's Marjorie Taylor Greene. There's somebody in a MAGA hat. I'm assuming it's a blonde. I'm assuming it's Marjorie Taylor Greene. But she doesn't have her middle finger out, so it's probably not her. Joe Biden says he looks great for only 250 years old. Oh, wait! Wait! Guys, no matter what, we won't have this forever. Scientists discover the maximum age of people. The maximum age. On average, people live longer, but the very oldest among us have not gotten older over the last 30 years. There is certainly some kind of wall here. Of course, the average life expectancy has increased. Nevertheless, the maximum ceiling hasn't changed. So, the most a woman can live is 115.7, and men is only 114.1. So regardless, Joe Biden's only got 30 years at most left, guys. Now, yeah, he's taking his time getting up to the podium. That's because he's got a full hour to fill out with a 20-minute speech. So, you know, and he can only stand and talk for about 10 minutes. So this is going to be pretty brutal, guys. This is going to be brutal and hilarious, and I'm looking forward to it. Now, we've got a lot of things to fact check tonight. I've got my fact checking out, right? And we'll be fact checking the fuck out Joe Biden, y'all. Fact checking the fuck out of him, right? That's what we're gonna do. Now, so yes, democracy is on the ballot, right? We have facts and figures, guys. No, he didn't create 15 million jobs. Biden's record on the border is worse than anyone else, right? So these are the things he's going to talk about. We have so many things, right? So every time he makes a point, any of these points, we can correct them with the actual fact. Joe Biden can't play the numbers. Yeah, Biden's foreign policy is led to deflection. So when he makes these kind of claims, I've got about 4 of them. No more years. 4 more years, Trump. 4 more years, Trump. 4 more years, Trump. 4 more years, Trump. Fuck this fucking punk. Joe Biden is a schmuck. He can suck my fucking nuts. He's a dumb old fucking man. He likes to put kids are where he puts his hands. Joe Biden ain't got 4 more years left, guys. And if what I'm hearing about these vaccines are true, about half of America doesn't either. Wouldn't that be slick, guys, if all the fucking 21 vaccines and boosters fucking libtarded fucking rejects in masks? Wouldn't that be super sweet? If they all died of turbo cancer? Where's Madonna when you need her? She's probably showing her tits and vagina to somebody right now. God bless her. I love her. No, just leave her alone. Yeah, no shit, JC. Just think, there's a non-zero chance of that happening, right? Because, well, I'm not going to talk about it, but let's just say this. Many of the most uncurable cancers are caused by mutations in your RNA. Things like bone cancer. The worst kind of cancer are caused by fucking with your RNA.
Tony. Jill.
Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
Good evening. Good evening. If I were smart, I'd go home now. Mr. Speaker, Madam Vice President, members of Congress, my fellow Americans, in January 1941, Franklin Roosevelt came to this chamber to speak to the nation.
Notice how he didn't start by saying the state of the union is strong. That's typically how it goes. But he didn't say that. Telling.
And he said, I address you at a moment unprecedented in the history of the Union. Hitler was on the march. War was raging in Europe. President Roosevelt's purpose was to wake up Congress and alert the American people.
And you, sir, are no President Roosevelt. You're not even Truman. You're not even Gerald Ford.
That this was no ordinary time. Freedom and democracy were under assault in the world. Tonight, I come to this same chamber to address the nation. Now, it's we who face an unprecedented moment in the history of the Union. And yes, my purpose tonight is to wake up the Congress and alert the American people that this is no ordinary moment either. Not since President Lincoln and the Civil War have freedom and democracy been under assault at home.
Hold on. Freedom? Hold on. Freedom? I got freedom. Democracy? All right. So we got freedom and democracy, okay? Oh no, I fucking reset it. Oh, god damn it. Yes, so we got freedom and democracy so far.
In fact, there are no American soldiers at war in Ukraine, and
I love Ohio. Charlotte, are you in Ohio?
Ukraine can stop.
Hold on, we got back up.
And alert the American people that this is no ordinary moment either. Tonight, I come to this same chamber to address the nation. Now, it's we who face an unprecedented moment in the history of the Union. And yes, my purpose tonight is to wake up the Congress and alert the American people that this is no ordinary moment either. Not since President Lincoln and the Civil War have freedom and democracy been under assault at home as they are today. What makes our moment rare is that freedom and democracy are under attack both at home and overseas at the very same time. Overseas, Putin of Russia is on the march, invading Ukraine and sowing chaos throughout Europe and beyond. If anybody in this room thinks Putin will stop at Ukraine, I assure you he will not.
Yeah, that's because you guys keep admitting NATO countries on his border, right? And we all know that when a country gets admitted to NATO that's on Putin's border, Putin invades it, just like he said he would do. Oh, you're in Florida?
But Ukraine can stop Putin. Ukraine can stop Putin if we stand with Ukraine and provide the weapons that needs to defend itself.
The weapons it needs to defend itself. Yes, we gotta give them the money to sell so they can buy the weapons from the corporations that donate to my political campaign. You see how that works, guys? You see how that works?
That is all. That is all Ukraine is asking. They're not asking for American soldiers. In fact, there are no American soldiers at war in Ukraine, and I'm determined to keep it that way.
That's a lie. There are American soldiers in Ukraine in a support role, like they're providing logistics, they're training on weapon systems. There are absolutely Americans in Ukraine.
But now,
not to mention the volunteers that are ex-special forces officers or soldiers or whatever you want to call them that quit the army and then went and fought in Ukraine, quote unquote. All right.
Since Ukraine is being blocked by those who want to walk away from our world leadership, wasn't long ago when a Republican president named Ronald Reagan thundered, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall."
Yeah, you notice how he keeps bringing up good presidents, you know? It's because, like, he wants you to, like, associate him with good presidents. But he's not a good... You are no Ronald Reagan, sir. You are no Ronald Reagan. You are not even George Bush.
Now,
I think I would rather have a Bush than you. At least
now my predecessor...
cheap under George Bush, God damn it. At least we had good cocaine, sir, back then. $30 grams.
A former Republican president tells Putin, quote, "Do whatever the hell you want." That's a quote. A former president actually said that, bowing down to a Russian leader. I think it's outrageous.
Well, you bow down to Ukrainians and fucking Chinese.
It's dangerous and it's unacceptable.
You're unacceptable. President of lies. President of disinformation.
America is a founding member of NATO,
women in his administration
the military alliance of democratic nations, created after World War II to prevent war and keep the peace. And today, we've made NATO stronger than ever. We welcomed Finland to the alliance last year. And just this morning, Sweden officially joined, and their minister is here tonight. Come here, stand up.
He's more like FDR. No, FDR, at least, FDR may have been crippled, right? But his brain still worked, right? FDR's brain still worked. You can't say that about Joe Biden, not at all.
Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, what's up, Captain?
And they know how to fight. Mr. Prime Minister, welcome to NATO, the strongest military alliance the world has ever seen. I say this to Congress.
Old man yells
we have to stand up to Putin. Send me a bipartisan national security bill. History.
A bipartisan national security bill. So it went from a border bill that mostly went to Ukraine to now just give me a Ukraine national security bill so I can sell weapons to the Ukrainians with your tax dollars and make my donors richer. Please do it.
History is literally watching. History is watching. If the United States walks away, it will put Ukraine at risk. Europe is at risk. The free world will be at risk, emboldening others to do what they wish to do us harm. My message to President Putin, who I've known for a long time, is simple. We will not walk away.
Yes, we will. America doesn't like
we will not bow down. I will not bow.
If they had a chance, if they had a chance, I would be all for it a little bit more, right? Like if it wasn't completely pointless, right? If I didn't already know how it was going to end, right?
Bow down. In a literal sense, history is watching. History is watching.
History is watching, and they are laughing too. They're laughing. History is laughing!
Just like history watched 3 years ago on January 6th. When insurrectionists stormed this very Capitol and placed a dagger to the throat of American democracy.
Do I have January 6th?
Many of you were here on that darkest of days. We all saw with our own eyes the insurrectionists were not patriots. They'd come to stop the peaceful transfer of power, to overturn the will of the people. January 6th lies about the 2020 election and the plots to steal the election posed a gravest threat to U.S. democracy.
Oh my God. He needs to bring it down a notch. He's getting too excited now. He can't read from the teleprompter anymore. Just bring it on home, Joe. Just bring it down a notch.
Democracy since the Civil War. But they failed. America stood.
Why are we yelling? Why are we yelling?
America stood strong and democracy prevailed. We must be honest. The threat to democracy must be defended. My predecessor and some of you here seek to bury the truth about January 6th.
No, we seek to bring it to the rest of the world because the truth was that it was basically an FBI sting operation in order to set up various groups of people around the country and put them in jail, right? As a lesson, as a warning to people like me, right? That are smart enough to see it, right?
Will not do that. This is the moment to speak the truth and to bury the lies. Here's the simple truth. You can't love your country only when you win. As I've done ever since being elected to office, I ask all of you without regard to party to join together and defend democracy.
Shit, Joseph.
Remember your oath of office of defending against all threats, foreign and domestic. Respect free and fair elections. Restore trust in our institutions. and make clear political violence has absolutely no place in America, zero place.
Unless it's Antifa or it's fucking all the eco-terrorists.
Again.
And that's cool. Unless it's fucking
it's not hyperbole.
It is hyperbole. Unless it's threatening Supreme Court justices and bombing fucking pregnancy centers, right? Unless it's fucking Catholics and fucking born-again Christians. Unless it's white straight men.
Yes, history is watching. We're watching. Your children and grandchildren will read about this day and what we do.
Yeah, and they're going to go, how the fuck did you let this moron fucking rope all of you into World War III? You guys are pathetic. You guys are pathetic. That's what they'll say. And when they're done laughing at this speech.
Assault on freedom. Joining us tonight is Latoya Beasley, a social worker from Birmingham, Alabama. 14 months ago, she and her husband welcomed a baby girl thanks to the miracle of IVF. She scheduled treatments to have that second child.
She did what?
The Alabama Supreme Court.
She did what? You can't understand a word this motherfucker is saying. I think they gave him too much or not enough, or they combined too many drugs together.
Shut down IVF treatments across the state.
Right,
unleashed by a Supreme Court decision overturning Roe v. Wade.
Jacked up there screaming at people. Mumbling and slurring my words. Oh, man. Oh, God, I long for those days.
She was told her dream would have to wait. What her family had got through should never have happened. Unless Congress acts, it could happen again. So tonight, let's stand up for families like hers. To my friends across the aisle, don't keep this waiting any longer. Guarantee the right to AVF. Guarantee it nationwide.
Wait. So let me get this straight. Now in vitro fertilization and abortion are the same thing. Now that's where they're going. They're going to put creating babies and killing babies as like the same thing. Like, oh, what? You're not for fucking making more babies? Well, give us abortion then. Oh, you can't get any dumber.
Like most Americans, I believe Roe v. Wade got it right.
Roe v. Wade.
I thank Vice President Harris for being an incredible leader, defending reproductive freedom and so much more.
Roe v. Wade.
Thank you. My predecessor came to office determined to see Roe v. Wade overturned. He's the reason it was overturned, and he brags about it. Look at the chaos that has resulted. Joining us tonight is Kate Cox.
Look at the chaos that's resulted. All these far-left activists started smashing things and burning fires and fucking threatening judges and showing up to their door with guns and shit. Yeah, the Republicans did that.
They're from Dallas. She's become pregnant again and had a fetus of a fatal condition. Her doctor told Kate that her own life and her ability to have children in the future were at risk if she didn't act. Because Texas law banned her ability to act, Kate and her husband had to leave the state to get what she needed. What her family got through should have never happened as well, but it's happening in too many others. There are state laws banning the freedom to choose, criminalizing doctors, forcing survivors of rape and incest to leave their states to get the treatment they need. Many of you in this chamber and my predecessor.
Rape and incest and too young to have babies is only like 3% of abortions. The other 97% are like, oh my God, I don't want to have a baby with this guy I let fuck me. He's a loser. I fuck losers, and therefore I don't want to have babies
promising
with
to
them.
pass a national ban on reproductive freedom.
But I let
My
them nut
God, what
inside
freedom
me
else would
because
you
I'm
take
such a
away?
fucking ethical person.
Look, it's a decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. The Supreme Court majority wrote the following, and with all due respect, justices, women are not without electoral power. electoral or political power. You're about to.
Oh my God. Oh, he's failing so hard. It's glorious. It's glorious. Oh.
Realize just how much you were right about that.
All the Democrats are up screaming, right? Even though they have no idea what he just said.
Clearly.
Right? Just to like kind of trick you into not paying attention to the fact that he just
Clearly. Those bragging about overturning Roe v. Wade have no clue about the power of women. But they found out when reproductive freedom was on the ballot. We won in 2022 and 2020, and we'll win again in 2024.
Oh my God, it keeps getting worse. It's so awesome. Oh, I love watching him fall. It's so good. You know, it's great to see great men rise, but it's even better to watch terrible men fall. Oh my God, it's so fucking...
If you, the American people, send me a Congress that supports the right to choose, I promise you, I'll restore Roe v. Wade as the law of the land again.
You're not going to be able to do it. Already been... I don't get it. It's already been decided by the Supreme Court that it's not constitutional. What are you going to do? Assassinate justices? Are you going to fucking... They're going to pack the courts with more justices? That's probably what they want to do, right? Look, they got the Supreme Court. They're
Folks,
like, niggas, you crazy?
America cannot go back. I'm here tonight to show what I believe is the way forward, because I know how far we come. 4 years ago next week, before I came to office, the country was hit by the worst pandemic and the worst economic crisis in a century. Remember the fear, record losses. Remember the spikes in crime and the murder rate, raging virus.
Crime, hold on. Yeah, we remember. That was you. That was your far left policies that caused all that. But hold on, I got crime. I got crime right here. I got crime. What else did he say? Oh, reproductive rights. I got reproductive rights. He's about to say police. Come on, Joe Biden. Give me police, Joe Biden. Give me police.
It took more than 1 million American lives of loved ones, millions left behind. A mental health crisis of isolation and loneliness.
Yeah, the mental health. Yeah, but the mental health crisis is what got you elected, buddy.
A president, my predecessor, failed the most basic presidential duty that he owes to American people, the duty to care. I think that's unforgivable. I came to office determined to get us through one of the toughest periods in the nation's history. We have. It doesn't make news in 1,000 cities and towns.
Oh my God.
The American people are writing the greatest comeback story never told.
The greatest comeback story never told.
So let's tell the story here. Tell it here and now. America's comeback is building the future of American possibilities. Building an economy from the middle out and the bottom up, not the top down.
The middle out and the bottom up. If you build the middle out before you build the bottom up, then you'll like collapse. It'll be like an ice cream cone, you dumbass.
Investing in all America, in all Americans, to make sure everyone has a fair shot, and we leave no one behind.
No, I don't have.
The pandemic no longer controls our lives. The vaccine that saved us from
Republicans.
COVID
Hold on.
are now being.
He said, "Oh, we're back. Well, we had a little snafu, but everything's good. Everything's good. All right, let's go."
Folks, my inherited economy is on the brink. Now our economy
Oh,
is...
he said economy. I have economy. We got economy, guys. All right, let's go.
The envy of the world. 15 million new jobs in just 3 years. A record.
Up. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Biden did not create 15 million jobs. Biden continues to baselessly claim that he has created 15 million jobs. Clearly, he still has no idea about the difference between a job recovered and a job created. Or he's simply choosing to lie. And if I know Joe, he's choosing to lie. Now, the United States has seen a net gain of only 2.5 million jobs since right before the pandemic struck. In February of 2020, when the pandemic hit, 158.7 million. Oh God, he's infected me. 158.7 million people were employed in the United States. Currently, as of January in 2024, it was 161 million, right? The job recovery began under President Trump, who oversaw the recovery of 16.6 million jobs. Well, that's more than the 15 million that Joe Biden says he made. So even if that were true, right, by the same metric, Trump created more jobs than Joe Biden did after the pandemic. So, that's an interesting little nugget, isn't it? Listen to this. The latest state jobs report shows that 10 of the top 12 states for jobs recovered since the coronavirus pandemic are led by Republican governors, and all 12 states have Republican-controlled legislators. So the 12 out of the top 12 are either have a Republican governor or have a Republican state government, right? That's crazy. That's crazy. Now, let's go back.
A record.
It's not a record. In fact, if we go by the same metric, Trump created 16 million jobs.
Unemployment at 50-year lows. A record 16 million Americans are starting small businesses, and each one is a literal act of hope. With historic job growth and small business growth for Black and Hispanics and Asian Americans, 800,000 new manufacturing jobs in America and counting. Where is it written we can't be the manufacturing capital of the world? We are, and we will. More people have health insurance.
Wait, I got manufacturing too. Hold on. Border. No, I guess I don't have it. It's somewhere. I'll look for it.
Today. More people have health insurance today than ever before. The racial wealth gap is as small as it's been in 20 years. Wages keep going up. Inflation keeps coming down.
Here, I got it. So, Biden's failed economic agenda has been much more of a bust than a boom for manufacturing workers in critical swing states. In Pennsylvania, Biden has created 0 new jobs. In Michigan, Biden has created 0 new jobs. In Wisconsin, out of the 20,000 new manufacturing jobs, 81.1% of those were jobs that were recovered. So he only created about 1,800 jobs in Wisconsin. And in Georgia, Biden claims to have created 32,000 new manufacturing jobs, but half of those jobs were recovered because of the pandemic. So he hasn't created anywhere near what he says he has.
Inflation has dropped from 9% to 3%, the lowest.
It hasn't, well, yes, the inflation, the rate at which inflation is increasing, right, has lowered, but it's still high.
In the world and tending lower.
Notice he didn't say it was almost 4%, right? He said it was higher, it was 9, but now it's one of the lowest in the world and getting lower. But he didn't say that it was like 3.7 or whatever the fuck it is.
The landing is and will be soft.
Yelling lies quickly does not make
And now,
them true.
instead of importing foreign products and exporting American jobs, we're exporting American products and creating American jobs. Right here in America, where they belong.
I don't have a fact check for that, but I'm going to need to see that.
And it takes time, but the American people are beginning to feel it. Consumer studies show consumer confidence is soaring. Buy America has been the law of the land since the 1930s. Past administrations, including my predecessor, including some Democrats as well in the past, failed to buy American. Not anymore. On my watch, federal projects that you fund, like helping build American roads, bridges, and highways, will be made with American products and built by American workers.
I press X to doubt on that one too.
Creating good paying American jobs. And thanks to our CHIPS and Science Act, the United States is investing more in research and development than ever before.
Yes, and China is stealing it faster than we can discover it. It's amazing how that works. We spend all of our money on research and development, and then the Chinese get it for free. Because equity.
The pandemic, a shortage of semiconductors, chips, that drove up the price of everything from cell phones to automobiles. And by the way, we invented those chips right here in America. Well, instead of having to import them, private companies are now investing billions of dollars to build new chip factories here in America, creating tens of thousands of jobs. Many of those jobs paying $100,000 a year and don't require a college degree. In fact, my policies have attracted $650 billion in private sector investment in clean energy, advanced manufacturing, creating tens of thousands of jobs here in America. And thanks to our bipartisan infrastructure law, 46,000 new projects have been announced all across your communities. And by the way, I noticed some of you strongly voted against it, or they're cheering on that money coming in. I like it. I'm with you. I'm with you. And if any of you don't want that money in your district, just let me know. Modernizing our roads and bridges, ports and airports, public transit systems. Removing poisonous lead pipes so every child can drink clean water without risk of brain damage. Providing affordable high-speed internet for every American, no matter where you live, urban, suburban, or rural communities, in red states and blue states. Record investments in tribal communities. Because of my investment in family farms, because I invested in family farms led by my Secretary of Agriculture, who knows more about this than anybody I know, we're better able to stay in the family for those farms and their children and grandchildren won't have to leave home to make a living. It's transformative. The great comeback story is Belvedere, Illinois, home to an auto plant for nearly 60 years. Before I came to office, the plant was on its way to shutting down. Thousands of workers feared for their livelihoods. Hope was fading. Then I was elected to office, and we raised the Belvedere repeatedly with auto companies, knowing unions would make all the difference. The UAW worked like hell to keep the plant open. and get these jobs back, and together we succeeded. Instead of auto factories shutting down, auto factories reopening, a new state-of-the-art battery factories being built to power those cars there at the same. Folks, the folks of Belvedere, I say, instead of your town being left behind, your community is moving forward again. Because instead of watching auto jobs of the future go overseas, 4,000 union jobs with higher wages are building the future in Belvedere right here in America.
Okay. You say so, old man.
Here tonight is UAW President Shawn Fain, a great friend and a great labor leader. Shawn, where are you? Stand up.
He's probably dead. Oh, he's there. He's alive. He's a real person. Wow, that's pretty good for Joe Biden.
And
I
Dawn.
Not a joke.
And Dawn Sims, a third generation worker, UAW worker at Belvedere. Shawn, I was proud to be the first president to stand on the picket line. And today, Dawn has a good job in her hometown, providing stability for her family and pride and dignity as well. Showing once again, Wall Street didn't build America. They're not bad guys. They didn't build it, though. The middle class built the country, and unions built the middle class.
I thought small businesses built the middle class. I'm confused now. Shawn Fain.
I say to the American people,
He's the head of
when
the
America
UAW.
gets knocked
He's
down,
like a
we
Jimmy
get
Hoffa.
back up. We keep going. That's America. That's you, the American people. It's because of you America's coming back. It's because of you our future is brighter. It's because of you that tonight we can proudly say the state of our union is strong and getting stronger.
Is that a drag queen voguing on the side? Look, there's a drag queen and she's voguing like it was 1987. The second Madonna reference.
Tonight, I want to talk about the future of possibilities that we can build together. A future where the days of trickle-down economics are over.
Yes, and third world poverty is here to stay. The days where crushing inflation will fucking ever more squeeze the blood out of you.
And the wealthy and the biggest corporations no longer get all the tax breaks. And by the way, I understand corporations. I come from a state that has more corporations invested than every one of your states in the United States combined. And
What the fuck did he just say? What did he just say? Hold on.
Days of trickle-down economics are over. And the wealthy and the biggest corporations no longer get all the tax breaks. And by the way, I understand corporations. I come from a state that has more corporations invested than every one of your states in the United States combined.
Oh, okay.
And I represented it for 36 years. I'm not anti-corporation.
Oh my God, he just did it. He just admitted. Oh my God. He just admitted that he represented the corporations in the federal government. Like I've been saying this whole time, guys. He just said it.
One of your states in the United States combined. And I represented it for 36 years. I'm not anti-corporation.
Yeah, I represented the corporations for 36
in a home where
years,
trickle-down
guys.
economics didn't put much on my dad's kitchen table. That's why I determined to turn things around so middle class does well. When they do well, the poor go way up and the wealthy still do very well. We all do well. And there's more to do to make sure you're feeling the benefits of all we're doing. Americans pay more for prescription drugs than anywhere in the world.
Oh.
It's wrong, and
I got prescription drugs. Hold on. I thought I had prescription drugs. I have health care. I have drug prices. That's good enough. He said we pay more for prescription drugs. That's drug prices. I'm counting it.
Ending it.
I'm counting it.
With a law that I proposed and signed, not one of you Republican buddies voted for it.
Oh, he said spending bill.
We finally beat Big Pharma.
He said that earlier. Spending bill. He said a national defense spending bill. He said that. Okay, I need finish the job. If I get finished, he's definitely going to say finish the job. Social Security, I'm going to win. Woo! I'm going to win.
Instead of paying $400 a month or thereabouts for insulin with diabetes, and it only costs $10 to make, they only get paid $35 a month now and still make a healthy profit.
What?
And I want to...
He's making them a profit. Yeah. Joe, you've been making the corporations profits. Like you said, you've worked for them for 36 years.
But what to do next? I want to cap the cost of insulin at $35 a month for every American who needs it.
Already have Republicans. He said that
For
earlier.
years, people have talked about it, but finally we got it done and gave Medicare the power to negotiate lower prices on prescription drugs.
Oh, Congress, yeah.
Just like the VA is able to do for veterans. That's not just saving seniors money, it's saving taxpayers money. We cut the federal deficit by $160 billion.
Nope, that's not true. That's not true. Hold on. I have it somewhere. I know I have it somewhere. Let's see here. Has not erased the burden of student, has not rebuilt the economy. I thought I had it. But no. No, he did not do that. I don't have it. God damn it, I don't have it. All right, let's just go back to him.
Because Medicare...
He spent pretty much more than any president in history. That's a fact.
Will no longer have to pay those exorbitant prices to Big Pharma. This year, Medicare is negotiating lower prices for some of the costliest drugs on the market to treat everything from heart disease to arthritis. It's now time to go further and give Medicare the power to negotiate lower prices.
He said Medicare, but not Social Security, damn it.
For 500 different drugs over the next decade. They're making a lot of money, guys. And they'll still be extremely profitable. Will not only save lives, it will save taxpayers another $200 billion.
Yeah, guys, spending money will save us money. It's all how it works.
Starting next year, the same law caps total prescription drug costs for seniors on Medicare at $2,000 a year, even for expensive cancer drugs that cost $10,000, $12,000, $15,000. Now I want to cap prescription drug costs at $2,000 a year for everyone.
Well, I mean, if you're on Social Security, $2,000 is still crippling.
Folks, I'm going to get in trouble for saying that, but if you want to get in Air Force One and fly to Toronto, Berlin, Moscow, well, even Moscow, probably.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, they all give me money.
And bring your prescription with you, and I promise you I'll get it for you for 40% the cost you're paying now. Same company, same drug, same place. Folks, the Affordable Care Act, the old Obamacare, is still a very big deal.
Oh, you said taxes too. You said taxes too.
Over 100 million of you can no longer be denied health insurance because of pre-existing condition. But my predecessor, and many in this chamber...
What the fuck did he just say? What the fuck did you just say? I mean, I don't mean it like I have no idea what he just said.
100 million of you can no longer be denied health insurance because of pre-existing condition.
Because of a...
But my predecessor...
Of a what? Because of a what? A freezing and nickel condition? This guy's a fucking idiot. His brain doesn't work.
Many in this chamber want to take
work.
this prescription drug away by repealing Affordable Care Act. I'm not going to let that happen. We stopped you 50 times before and we'll stop you again. In fact, I'm not only protecting it, I'm expanding it. They enacted tax credits of $800 per person per year, reduce health care costs for millions of working families. That tax credit expires next year. I want to make that savings permanent.
I'm going to give you $800, guys. Vote for me. 800. That'll buy you a carton of eggs and a loaf of bread. Well, by the time I'm done.
Obvious. Women are more than half our population. But research on women's health...
half the women in my administration are women. Not this fucking drag queen on the side here, but the other half.
Health has always been underfunded. That's why we're launching the first ever White House initiative on women's health research, led by Jill, doing an incredible job as First Lady.
And Admiral Rachel Levine. She's part of the half of the women that aren't women.
So pass my plan for $12 billion to transfer women's health research and benefit millions of lives all across America. I know the cost of housing is so important to you. If inflation keeps coming down, mortgage rates will come down as well, and the Fed acknowledges that. But I'm not waiting. I want to provide an annual tax credit that will give Americans $400 a month for the next 2 years as mortgage rates come down, to put toward their mortgages when they buy their first home or trade up for a little more space.
$400 a month for 5 years. Is that what he just said? That's $4,800 a year. That's almost $25,000.
Just for 2 years.
Oh, for 2 years. My bad. That's $9,600.
And my administration
I want $9,600.
is also eliminating title insurance on federally backed mortgages. When you refinance your home, you can save $1,000 or more as a consequence. For millions of renters, we're cracking down on big landlords who use antitrust law, who break antitrust laws by price fixing.
They do something with them antitrust laws. I don't know what they do, but it's
driving up rents. We've cut red tape so builders can get federally financing, which is already helping build a record 1.7 million new housing units nationwide. Now pass.
Shit, $800 can buy like a quarter fucking kilo of fentanyl.
Now pass and build and renovate 2 million affordable homes and bring those rents down. To remain the strongest economy in the world, We need to have the best education system in the world.
I don't have education.
And I, like I suspect all of you, want to give a child, every child, a good start.
You want to give a child a hickey. You want to give a child a blowjob, you fucking pervert. You want to give a child the smell test.
By
Yeah, the
providing
test is
access
to
to
see if
preschool
it
for
gives
3
him
and
a
4 years
woody.
old. You know, I think I pointed out last year that children coming from broken homes where there's no books, they're not read to, not spoken to very often, start school, kindergarten, or first grade, having heard 1 million fewer words spoken. Well, studies show that children who go to preschool are nearly 50% more likely to finish high school, go on to earn a 2- and 4-year degree, no matter what their
A 204 degree? That's what he said, a 204 degree. I think that's what he just said.
books, they're not read to, not spoken to very often, start school, kindergarten, or first grade, having heard 1 million fewer words spoken. Well, studies show that children who go to preschool are nearly 50% more likely to finish high school, go on to earn a 2- and 4-year degree, no matter what their background is.
He just like mashes words together. It's like hard to actually listen to him.
I met a year and a half ago with the leaders of the Business Roundtable. They were mad that they were angry. I think, well, they were discussing
What?
why I
What's
wanted to
going
spend
on?
money on education. I pointed out to them as vice president, I met with over 182.
Oh my God, he's going
those
off
folks.
script.
Don't hold me to the exact number.
Send in
And
Jill.
I asked
Send
them
in
what they
Jill.
need most, the CEOs. And you've had the same experience on both sides of the aisle. They say a better educated workforce, right? So I looked at them and I say, I come from Delaware. DuPont used to
I got Scranton, damn it.
be the 8th largest corporation in the world. And every new enterprise they bought, they educated the workforce to that enterprise.
Oh my God.
But none of you do
hard to
that
watch.
anymore. Why are you angry with me providing you the opportunity for the best educated workforce in the world? And they all looked at me and said, I think you're right. I want to expand high-quality
welcome to
tutoring
world-
and
welcome
summer
to
learning to see that
stuff that
every
never
child
happened
learns to
last.
read by 3rd grade.
Tell when Joe Biden's lying. Well, I mean, he's on TV.
I'm also connecting local businesses and high schools so students get hands-on experience and a path to a good-paying job whether or not they go to college. And I want to make sure that college is more affordable. Let's continue increasing the Pell Grants to working and middle-class families and increase record investments in HBCUs and minority-serving institutions, including Hispanic
Almost said
institutions.
Student debt. I need student debt.
When I was told I couldn't universally just change the way in which we dealt with student loans, I fixed 2 student loan programs that already existed to reduce the burden of student debt.
Oh, yeah,
nearly
baby,
4
student
million
debt.
Americans, including nurses,
We got
firefighters,
student debt.
and others in public service. Like Keenan Jones, a public educator from Minnesota, who's here with us tonight. Keenan, where are you? Keenan, thank you. He's educated hundreds
And
of
I have
students so
student
they
debt.
can go to
I have
college.
student debt and I
Now
have
he's
student
able
debt.
to help, after debt forgiveness, get his own daughter to college.
Alice Cooper. Joe Biden looks like Alice Cooper.
And folks, look, such relief is good for the economy because folks are now able to buy a home, start a business, start a family. While we're at it, I want to give public school teachers a raise.
More like Marilyn Manson. Those are the bingo cards.
And by the way, the first couple of years we cut the deficit. Now, let me speak to the question of fundamental fairness for all Americans. I've been delivering real results in fiscally responsible ways. We've already cut the federal deficit. We've already cut the federal deficit over $1 trillion. I signed the bipartisan deal.
He has not. He has done nothing but increase the federal deficit. The deficit has gone up like $6 trillion since this guy has been here, right? In fact, if you add together Obama and Biden, that's like 2/3 of the debt. Like, they are 2/3 of our national debt.
To cut another $1 trillion in the next decade. It's my goal to cut the federal deficit another $3 trillion by making big corporations and the very wealthy finally beginning to pay their fair share.
I got that one too. Corporations and the wealthy to pay their share.
Look, I'm a capitalist. If you want to make or can make millions and millions of bucks, that's great. Just pay your fair share in taxes.
Got that one. I need to finish the job.
A fair tax code is how we invest things to make this country great. Healthcare, education, defense, and so much more. But here's the deal. The last administration enacted a $2 trillion tax cut. Overwhelmingly benefit the top 1%, the very wealthy and the biggest corporations, and exploded the federal deficit.
Did he say Donald Trump?
They added more to the national debt than any presidential term in American history.
No, he said the previous administration.
Check the numbers. Folks at home, does anybody really think the tax code is fair?
No. That's why we want to go to a flat tax rate. That's why all the Republicans keep saying flat tax. Everyone pays the same.
Do you really think the wealthy and big corporations need another $2 trillion tax break? I sure don't. I'm going to keep fighting like hell to make it fair. Under my plan, nobody earning less than $400,000 a year will pay an additional penny in federal taxes. Nobody, not one penny. And they haven't yet. In fact, the child tax credit I passed during the pandemic cut taxes for millions of working families and cut child poverty in half. Restore that child tax credit. No child should go hungry in this country.
I agree. No child should go.
The way to make the tax code fair is to make big corporations and the very wealthy begin to pay their fair share. Remember in 2020, 55 of the biggest companies in America made $40 billion and paid zero in federal income tax. Zero. Not anymore. Thanks to the...
Yeah, because there was a pandemic, right? And we did everything that we could to keep all the jobs open, right? Even against, you guys wanted to shut everything down and give all the money to crackheads.
Law I wrote and we signed, big companies have to pay a minimum of 15%. But that's still less than working people pay in federal taxes. It's time to raise corporate minimum tax to at least 21%.
He said back crab it.
So every big corporation finally begins to pay their fair share. I also want to end tax breaks for big pharma, big oil, private jets, massive executive pay when it's only supposed to be $1 million that can be deducted. They can pay them $20 million if they want, but deduct $1 million. End it now. There are 1,000 billionaires in America. You know what the average federal tax is for those billionaires?
8 EIGH.
No. They're making great sacrifices, 8.2%. That's far less than the vast majority of Americans pay. No billionaire should pay a lower federal tax rate than a teacher, a sanitation worker, or a nurse. I propose a minimum tax for billionaires of 25%, just 25%. You know what that would raise?
Just 25% of their money. That's all I want. 25% of the money they have in the bank right now. That's it. That's it.
That would raise $500 billion over the next 10 years.
That's $50 billion a year. right? Divided with 1,000, right? That's 500. That's $50 million extra in taxes per billionaire. Right? I think that's right.
And imagine what that could do for America. Imagine a future with affordable child care. Millions of families can get they need to go to work to help grow the economy. Imagine a future with paid leave, because no one should have to choose between working and taking care of their sick family member. Imagine the future of home care and elder care, and people living with disabilities so they can stay in their homes and family caregivers can finally get the pay they deserve.
No, I'm sorry, that's
Tonight,
500 million
let's all agree
per
once again
1,000 billionaires.
to stand up for
No,
seniors.
it's 50 million.
Many of my friends on the other side of the aisle want to put Social Security on the chopping block. If anyone here tries to cut Social Security, Medicare, or raise the retirement age, I will stop you. The working people who built this country pay more into Social Security than millionaires and billionaires do. It's not fair.
Oh, I got Social
We have two
Security.
ways to go.
I got Social Security. Let's mark that off. Social Security. Bam. Okay, I need finish the job. Voters and health care would be also good.
Republicans can cut Social Security and give more tax breaks to the wealthy. That's the proposal. Oh no. You guys don't want another $2 trillion tax cut? I kind of thought that's what your plan was. Well, that's good to hear. You're not going to cut another $2 trillion for the super wealthy. That's good to hear. I'll protect and strengthen Social Security and make the wealthy pay their fair share. Look,
here's the deal.
too many corporations raise prices to pad their profits, charging more and more for less and less.
Oh, I wish I had shrinkflation.
That's why we're cracking down on corporations that engage in price gouging and deceptive pricing, from food to health care to housing. In fact, the snack companies think you won't notice if they change the size of the bag and put a hell of a lot fewer, same size bag, put fewer chips in it. No, I'm not joking. It's called shrinkflation. Pass Bobby Casey's bill and stop this. I really mean it.
He means it, guys.
You probably all saw that commercial on Snickers bars. You get charged the same amount, and you got about, 10% fewer Snickers in it. Look, I'm also
Commercial about a Snickers bar. What the fuck is he talking about?
getting rid of junk fees. Those hidden fees
Oh, you got shrinkflation on
at the end of your bill that are there without your knowledge. My administration announced we're cutting credit card late fees from $32 to $8.
Wow, yeah, that's gonna help. That's gonna help with the average $100,000 worth of debt that people have. Guys, I'm gonna save you $25. $24.
Banks and credit card companies are allowed to charge what it costs them to instigate the collection.
What is it?
And that's more a hell of a lot, like $8 and 30-some dollars. They don't like it. Credit card companies don't like it. But I'm saving American families $20 billion a year with all the junk fees I'm eliminating. Folks at home, that's why the banks are so mad. It's $20 billion in profit. I'm not stopping there. My administration has proposed rules to make cable, travel, utilities, and online ticket sellers tell you the total price up front so there are no surprises. It matters. It matters. And so does this. In November, My team began serious negotiation with a bipartisan group of senators.
With a what?
The result was a bipartisan bill with the toughest set of border security reforms we've ever seen. Oh, you don't think so? Oh, you don't like that bill, huh? That conservatives got together and said it was a good bill?
Nobody said it was a good bill. The only people that thought it was good was Mitch McConnell. And he's like actually more dilapidated than you.
I'll be darned. That's amazing. That bipartisan bill would hire 1,500 more security agents and officers, 100 more immigration judges.
Yeah, to help process illegal immigrants through the country, get the asylum fast-tracked so that they will all be citizens by Election Day. All right, let's go.
Tackle the backload of 2 million cases, 4,300 more asylum officers, and new policies so they can resolve cases in 6 months instead of 6 years now.
See, 6 months. He wants them Americanized.
What are you
in 6
against?
months.
100 more high-tech drug detection machines to significantly increase the ability to screen and stop vehicles smuggling fentanyl into America.
Yeah, rich people are cool, R&R, well, as long as you have something they need.
Killing thousands of children. This bill would save lives and bring order to the border. It will also give me and any new president new emergency authority to temporarily shut down the border when the number of migrants at the border is overwhelming. The Border Patrol Union has endorsed this bill. The Federal Chamber of Commerce is, yeah. You're saying low, look at the facts. I know you know how to read.
We wish you did, though, sir.
I believe that given the opportunity for a majority in the House and Senate would endorse the bill as well, a majority right now. But unfortunately, politics has derailed this bill so far. I'm told my predecessor called members of Congress in the Senate to demand they block the bill. He feels political win, he viewed it as a political win for me and a political loser for him.
He keeps saying my predecessor, but he won't say Donald Trump. I need Donald Trump. And I need backbone.
It's not about him, it's not about me.
Backbone
I'd
of the
be
nation.
a winner, not really.
What just happened? Hold on.
Lincoln Riley. I'm told my predecessor called members of Congress in the Senate to demand they block the bill. He feels political win, he viewed it as a political win for me and a political loser for him. It's not about him, it's not about me.
It'd be a political win for me and a political lose for him.
I'd be a winner, not really.
I don't know what they're saying. Hey, what's up, Michelle?
Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed.
Well, he almost got it. It's Lakin Riley. He said Lincoln. It's Lakin. He almost got it. You can't. He's about. I give him a 4 out of 5. You know what I mean? He gets a B.
By an illegal. That's right. But how many of the thousands of people being killed by illegals? To her parents, I say, my heart goes out to you, having lost children myself. I understand. But look, if we change the dynamic at the border, people pay these smugglers $8,000 to get across the border because they know if they.
Well, there's your solution, guys. We charge all the illegals $25,000 to come in, right? If they could pay $8,000 to come in illegally, they could pay $25,000 to come in legally, right? There you go, deficit solved. Why hasn't anybody thought of that?
If they get by and let into the country, it's 6 to 8 years before they have a hearing. And it's worth taking the chance of the $8,000. But If it's only 6 months, 6 weeks, the idea is it's highly unlikely that people will pay that money and come all that way knowing that they'll be able to be kicked out quickly. Folks.
That's kind of a strong argument. But here's the thing, is that he's not going to kick them out. He's going to make it so that they can stay, right? He's got the whole fucking, all the border judges, like, packed with fucking Democrats who are going to take any legitimate reason, the hint of legitimacy, and let these people in and fast track them on a path to citizenship to save his election.
I would respectfully suggest my Republican friends,
hey, what's up, Smash?
Get this bill done. We need to act.
Hey, are you Fabulous Junicorn? I think you are. I rated your channel, your Twitter page earlier today.
Act now.
You had good stuff. I even showed some of those videos on here. I sent everybody over to follow.
And if my predecessor is watching, instead of paying politics and pressuring members of Congress to block the bill, join me in telling the Congress to pass it. We can do it together. But that's what here's what he will not do. I will not demonize immigrants saying they are poison in the blood of our country. I will not separate families. I will not ban people because of their faith. Unlike my predecessor on my first day in office, I introduced a comprehensive bill to fix our immigration system. Take a look at it. It has all these and more. Secure the border. Provide a pathway to citizenship for dreamers. And so much more. But unlike
but provide a pathway to citizenship. That's what it's really about, guys. As we learned, even the black people are waking up to it, right? Actually, that video came from Fabulous Junicorn. That's why you guys should follow him on Twitter.
I know who we are as Americans. We're the only nation in the world with a heart and soul that draws from old and new. Home to Native Americans, and ancestors have been here for thousands of years. Home to people of every place, from every place on earth. They came freely. Some came in chains. Some came when famine struck, like my ancestral family in Ireland. Some to flee persecution, to chase dreams that are impossible anywhere but here in America. That's America. And we all come from somewhere, but we're all Americans.
Yeah, no shit. No shit, Michelle. Hey, look, our sign language tranny is voting again.
Look, folks, we have a simple choice. We can fight about fixing the border, or we can fix it. I'm ready to fix it. Send me the border bill now.
Send me the border bill now so I can have unparalleled power to shut down the border and decide who can leave and enter the country.
A transformational moment in history happened.
We're at an inflection point, guys. We are at an inflection point. Where's that? God damn it. God damn it. I knew I had some of these I'm missing.
59 years ago today in Selma, Alabama. Hundreds of foot soldiers for justice marched across the Edmund Pettus Bridge, named after the Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan, to claim their fundamental right to vote.
Yeah, that guy was my best friend.
They were beaten, they were bloody, and left for dead. Our late friend and former colleague, John Lewis, was on that march. We miss him. Joining us tonight are other marchers, both in the gallery and on the floor, including Betty Mae Fights, known as the voice of Selma.
Yeah, America is at an inflection point. Biden's foreign policy agenda has led to an inflection point. Joe Biden claims that the world is at, excuse me, at an inflection point. He's right. Biden's failed foreign policy agenda and his appeasement of our enemies like Iran and China has created conflicts and crises across the globe. War is raging in Europe after Russia invaded Ukraine. Israelis are defending against Iran-backed terrorists. Afghans are living under control of the Taliban. China is threatening Taiwan. And Biden's border czar, Kamala Harris, has failed to address the record-breaking immigration crisis at our southwest border. Since taking office, Biden has made America less safe, emboldened our enemies and our allies, or made our allies question our reliability, and made America dependent on foreign oil again. Biden has spent his presidency crushing America's military strength while strengthening dangerous regimes. Biden's disastrous energy policies have unnecessarily driven the U.S. to its enemies for oil, while his failed foreign policy agenda has damaged Americans' credibility with allies. Under Biden, Afghanistan has fallen to the Taliban. Now here we go. Here's some very real numbers. Only 41% approve of Biden's handling of the war between Ukraine and Russia. Only 41% approve of Biden's handling of the war between Israel and Hamas. Only nearly 2/3 disapprove of Biden's handling of foreign policy towards Iran. Only 26% approve of Biden's handling of border security and the immigration crisis. So those are the actual facts. Yes, we are at an inflection point, but it's because of your terrible leadership. Hey, what's up, Ash? Yeah, what's up, bro? Tucker? Well, we're going to do this. We're still watching. We're way behind because we're fact-checking him and playing bingo.
The daughter of gospel singers and preachers. She sang songs of prayer and protest on that bloody Sunday to help shake the nation's conscience. 5 months later, the Voting Rights Act passed and was signed into law.
Yeah, giving us the right.
Thank you.
Giving us the right to corruption and vote stacking through mail-in ballots, giving us the right to voter fraud through by not checking IDs, right? Giving us the right to vote harvesting, right? So that Democrats can go into nursing homes and force senile old people like Joe Biden to vote for senile old people like Joe Biden.
Thank you.
I'm building it, Ash.
But 59 years
I'm going to need
later,
help testing it here in a few weeks.
forces taking us back in time. Voter suppression.
Trying to have it ready for 420.
Election subversion. Unlimited dark money. Extreme gerrymandering. John Lewis is a great friend to many of us here.
Yeah, that's exactly what you guys do. That's exactly what I was just talking about. Rigging elections through fucking bad voter policies.
But if you truly want to honor him
and I have
and all the heroes
now.
that march with him,
voters' rights.
then it's time to do
voters.
more than talk. Pass the Freedom to Vote Act.
I need health care.
The John Lewis Voting Right Act.
I need health care or finish the job. I'm definitely going to get finish the job.
And stop denying another core value of America, our diversity across American life. Banning books, it's wrong. Instead of erasing history, that's...
But keeping pornography from children is good.
Make history.
Banning inappropriate books for children is good, right? Like, and not banning them, just not allowing them to read them in school. Not proactively giving them gay pornography. You know what I mean?
I want to protect fundamental rights. Pass the Equality Act. And my message to transgender Americans, I have your back.
Well, he's got he's got well, apparently right now the tranny's got his back because she's like trying to interpret what he's saying. Good job, tranny.
Pass the PRO Act for workers' rights. Raise the federal minimum wage
right here.
because every worker has a right to a decent living more than $7 an hour. We're also making history by confronting the climate crisis, not denying it. I don't think any of you think there's no longer a climate crisis. At least I hope you don't.
I don't think, I think that whatever's happening doesn't appear to be a crisis, right? Like, actually, it seems to be doing pretty good.
I'm taking the most significant action ever on climate in the history of the world.
None of the bad things that you guys have said would happen has happened. And we seem to be greening up Northern Africa. I know that that's not good for, the whole Game of Thrones, but it is good for the people of Africa.
I'm cutting our carbon emissions in half by 2030.
Bullshit.
Creating 10.
That's never going to happen. And you know it. You know you're full of shit right now. I mean, unless they do have fusion in 15 years, which they've been saying, for 50 years, that it's only 15 years away.
Tens of thousands of clean energy jobs, like the IBW workers building and installing 500,000 electric vehicle charging stations.
Yeah, but not one single charging station has been built, guys. Not one single charging station. Not 1 mile of fucking high-speed internet has been laid out into the country, and not one single charging station has been built.
Conserving.
Not one.
30% of America's lands and waters by 2030.
It's always going to be something we're going to do one day. Yeah, but it's never going to happen. You're just full of shit. Just like you're going to cancel my student debt that you didn't do, right? You're full of shit, bro.
And taking action on environmental justice fence line communities smothered by the legacy of pollution. And pattern after the Peace Corps and AmeriCorps, I launched the Climate Corps.
Yay, that's what we need is a bunch of government-funded brown shirts running around policing everybody on how much air they breathe. Yeah, that's going to work.
Put 20,000 young people to work in the forefront of our clean energy future. I'll triple that number in a decade.
Yeah, so that'll be 200,000 people literally doing nothing. Or they're going to be fucking brown shirts. Like Hitler.
To state the obvious, all Americans deserve the freedom to be safe. And America is safer today than when I took office. Year before I took office, murder rates went up 30%. 30% they went up. The biggest.
What the fuck are they screaming about? I can't hear it. I can't hear what they're saying.
Increase in history. It was then, through my American Rescue Plan, which every American voted against, I might add, we made the largest investment.
Every American voted against it? Did he say American or Republican? I heard American.
In public safety ever. Last year, the murder rate saw the top. To state the obvious, all Americans deserve the freedom to be safe. And America is safer today than when I took office.
Bullshit. It's way more violent.
The year before I took office, murder rates went up 30%. 30% they went up. The biggest increase in history. It was then, through my American Rescue Plan, which every American voted against, I might add.
Every American voted against his American Rescue Plan, guys. Too bad every American didn't vote against you. You're fucking brain dead, dude.
We made the largest investment in public safety ever. Last year, the murder rate saw the sharpest decrease in history. Violent crime fell to one of its lowest levels in more than 50 years. But we have more to do. We have to help cities invest in more community police officers, more mental health workers, more community violence intervention. Give communities the tool to crack down on gun crime, retail crime, and carjacking. Keep building trust, as I've been doing, by taking executive action on police.
Yeah, we're going to cut down on urban gun crime by taking AR-15s from people that live in the country, guys. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to take white people's guns, right? That's how we're going to do it.
And calling for it to be the law of the land. Directing my cabinet to review the federal classification of marijuana and expunging thousands
what
of
about
convictions
United
for the mere
States
possession.
Marines? Okay,
because
thank
no
you,
one should
Michelle.
be jailed for simply using or having on their record. Take on crimes of domestic violence. I'm ramping up the federal enforcement of the Violence Against Women Act that I proudly wrote when I was a senator.
About the what?
So we can finally end the scourge against women in America.
The scourge against women.
Take on crimes of domestic violence.
What did he say?
I'm ramping up the federal enforcement of the Violence Against Women Act that
I think it said Violence Against Women's Act.
Proudly wrote when I was a senator. So we can finally end the scourge against women in America.
That's true. That's a good point, Steve. Crime does go down when it's not prosecuted or when it's reclassified as a misdemeanor. You're absolutely right.
There are other kinds of violence I want to stop. With us tonight is Jasmine, whose 9-year-old sister Jackie was murdered with 21 classmates and teachers in an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas. Very soon after that happened, Jill and I went to Uvalde for a couple of days. We spent hours and hours with each of the families. We heard their message, so everyone in this room, in this chamber, could hear the same message. The constant refrain, and I was there for hours meeting with every family. They said, do something. Do something. Well, I did do something by establishing the first ever Office of Gun Violence Prevention in the White House that the Vice President is leading the charge. Thank you for doing it.
What the fuck is he saying?
Meanwhile, my predecessor told the NRA he's proud he did nothing on guns when he was president. Oh. After another shooting in Iowa recently, he said, when asked what to do about it, he said, just get over it. There's his quote, just get over it. I say, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it.
Yeah, yelling stop it is going to stop violent people, let me tell you. It works every time. And no one has ever thought that, to say, okay, you guys just stop it. Just stop it. Wow. Wow, what a great plan, Mr. President. This guy is so smart.
I'm proud we beat the NRA when I signed the most significant gun safety law in nearly 30 years because of this Congress. We now must beat the NRA again. I'm demanding a ban on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. Pass universal background checks. None of this. I taught the Second Amendment for 12 years. None of this violates the Second Amendment or vilifies responsible gun owners.
The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So any law any law that violates the right of the people to keep and bear arms is unconstitutional.
You know, as we manage challenges at home, we're also managing crises abroad, including the Middle East.
Maxine Waters.
I know the
is
last 5 months have
Chewbacca's
been
daughter.
gut-wrenching.
Annie Faye.
For so many people, for the Israeli people, for the Palestinian people, and so many here in America. This crisis began on October 7th with a massacre by a terrorist group called Hamas, as you all know. 1,200 innocent people, women and girls, men and boys, slaughtered
Yeah, we all know what
sexual
happened.
violence. The deadliest day for the Jewish people since the Holocaust. And 250 hostages taken. Here in this chamber tonight are families whose loved ones are still being held by Hamas. I pledge to all the families that we will not rest until we
they're
bring
not.
every one of your loved ones home. We all
Fortunately, all those people are dead, guys. All those people are dead. All those hostages are dead. At least, like, the majority of them are. We've heard it out of the mouth of Hamas. We've heard Hamas say it, right?
also
He claims to be a professor at Penn State, but he was never a professor. He just had he was like an honorary professor.
we will also work around the clock to bring home Evan and Paul, Americans being unjustly detained by the Russians and others around the world.
What about the American journalist killed by Ukraine?
Israel has the right to go after Hamas. Hamas ended this conflict by releasing hostages, laying down arms, could end it by releasing the hostages, laying down arms, and surrendering those responsible for October 7th.
And this is what elder abuse looks like.
But Israel has Israel has a added burden because Hamas hides and operates among the civilian population like cowards.
This is embarrassing.
Under hospitals, daycare centers, and all the like. Israel also has a fundamental responsibility, though, to protect innocent civilians in Gaza. This war has taken a greater toll on innocent civilians than all previous wars in Gaza combined. More than 30,000 Palestinians have been killed, most of whom are not Hamas. Thousands and thousands of innocents, women and children, girls and boys, also orphaned. Nearly 2 million more Palestinians under bombardment or displacement. Homes destroyed, neighborhoods in rubble, cities in ruin. Families without food, water, medicine. It's heartbreaking. I've been working nonstop to establish an immediate ceasefire that would last for 6 weeks to get all the prisoners released, all the hostages released, to get the hostages home and ease the intolerable and humanitarian crisis and build toward an enduring, something more enduring.
Oh my God.
The United States has been leading international efforts to get more humanitarian assistance to Gaza.
Oh, this
Tonight,
is terrible.
I'm directing the U.S. military
Nobody
to lead an
knows what
emergency
an assault
mission
weapon is.
to establish a temporary pier in the Mediterranean on the coast of Gaza that can receive large shipments carrying food, water, medicine, and temporary shelters. No U.S. boots will be on the ground.
Well, I mean, I would like special forces to be on the ground 6 months ago in order to get our people out, but it's a little too late for that now.
Temporary pier will enable a massive
Of all the times to put boots on the ground, that was one of them.
increase in the amount of humanitarian assistance getting into Gaza every day. And Israel must do its part. Israel must allow more aid into Gaza to ensure humanitarian workers aren't caught in the crossfire. And they're announcing they're going to have a crossing in northern Gaza. To the leadership of Israel, I say this: humanitarian assistance cannot be a secondary consideration or a bargaining chip. Protecting and saving innocent lives has to be a priority. As we look to the future,
Tell that to Hamas.
the only real solution to the situation is a two-state solution over time.
Yeah, because doing the thing that never works is definitely going to work this time. That's what every communist says, And they're just as dumb as this motherfucker right here.
And I say this as a lifelong supporter of Israel. My entire career, no one has a stronger record with Israel than I do. I challenge any of you here. I'm the only American president of Israel in wartime. But there
well, you can't blame Trump for there not being wars in Israel. You're like the first American president to let 1,200 Jews die since World War II. How about that?
There's no other path that guarantees Israel's security and democracy. There's no other path that guarantees Palestinians can live in peace.
Did you just say Social Security? I think I heard Social Security.
That guarantees Israel's security and democracy.
No, it's very close, though, very close.
There's no other path that guarantees that
Social
Palestinians can live in peace with peace and dignity. And there's no other path that guarantees peace between Israel and all of its neighbors, including Saudi Arabia, with whom I'm talking. Creating stability in the Middle East also means containing the threat posed by Iran. That's why I built a coalition of more than a dozen countries to defend international shipping and freedom of navigation in the Red Sea. I've ordered strikes to degrade the Houthi capability and defend U.S. forces in the region. As Commander-in-Chief, I will not hesitate to direct further measures to protect our people and our military personnel.
Why don't I have military on here, damn it?
For years, I've heard many of my Republican and Democratic friends say that China is on the rise.
I got China, yay!
And America's falling behind. They've got it backwards. I've been saying it for over 4 years, even when I wasn't president. America's rising. We have the best economy in the world. And since I've come to office, our GDP is up, our trade deficit with China is down to the lowest point in over a decade. And we're standing up against China's unfair economic practices. We're standing up for peace and stability across the Taiwan Straits. I've revitalized our partnership and alliance in the Pacific. India, Australia, Japan, South Korea, the Pacific Islands. I've made sure that the most advanced American technologies can't be used in China, not allowing to trade them there. Frankly,
yeah, I just let them
all
steal
tough
it.
talk on China. It never occurred to my predecessor to do any of that.
China.
I want competition with China, not conflict.
Yeah, I said that. I said that he was going to talk about China, but only as they're not our enemy. Guys, China's not our enemy. They're just healthy competition.
We're in a stronger position to win the conflict of the 21st century against China than anyone else, for that matter, than any time as well. Here at home, I've signed over 400 bipartisan bills. But there's more to pass my unity agenda. Strengthen penalties on fentanyl trafficking. You don't want to do that, huh? Pass bipartisan privacy legislation to protect our children online.
What? Pass the what?
There's more to pass my unity agenda.
Unity, I have unity. I have unity. Hold on. I got unity twice. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, now I need Donald Trump or police. Those are going to be tough ones. On
fentanyl trafficking. You don't want to do that, huh? Pass bipartisan privacy legislation to protect our children online. Harness.
What the fuck did you just say?
Harness the promise of AI. Harness the promise of AI to protect us from peril. Harness. There's more.
What did he say?
Pass my unity agenda. Strengthen penalties on fentanyl trafficking. You don't want to do that, huh? Pass bipartisan privacy legislation to protect our children online.
What?
Harness the promise of AI to protect us from peril. Ban AI voice impersonations and more.
He wants to ban AI voice impersonations Yeah, that sounds like the right thing, right? So, of course, these politicians are worried about AI voice impersonations, right? So that way because that's what affects them directly, right? That'll definitely get passed. I guarantee you that. I don't know if he said police. He talked about crime, but I didn't hear police.
And keep our truly sacred obligation to train and equip those we send into harm's way and care for them and their families when they come home and when they don't.
Yes, AI. Something about AI.
That's why the song Support and Help of Dennis and the VA, I signed the PACT Act. One of the most significant laws ever, helping millions of veterans exposed to toxins who now are battling more than 100 different cancers. Many of them don't come home, but we owe them and their families support. We owe it to ourselves to keep supporting our new health research agency called ARPA-H. And remind us.
What the fuck is he saying?
Remind us that we can do big things, like end cancer as we know it, and we will. Let me close with this. Yay! I know you don't want to hear any more, Lindsay, but I got to say a few more things. I know it may not look like it, but I've been around a while. When you get to be my age, certain things become clearer than ever. I know the...
Yeah, but none of those things are the teleprompter, apparently. Or enunciation.
Again and again, I've seen the contest between competing forces in the battle for the soul of our nation.
Yeah, soul of our nation. I got that. Hold on. Oh, God damn it. I need Donald Trump, finish the job, or police, or health care. Oh, or Scranton, Pennsylvania. Okay.
Between those who want to pull America back to the past and those who want to move America into the future. My lifetime has taught me to embrace freedom and democracy, a future based on core values that have defined America: honesty, decency, dignity, equality, to respect everyone, to give everyone a fair shot, to give hate no safe harbor. Now, other people my age see it differently. The American story of resentment, revenge, and retribution, that's not me. I was born amid World War II, when America stood for the freedom of the world.
Where were you born?
I grew up in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Yeah! Baby Scranton! All right. That's not going to make me a winner, but I need it. All right.
Claymont, Delaware, among working class people who built this country. I watched in horror as two of my heroes, like many of you did, Dr. King and Bobby Kennedy, were assassinated. And their legacies inspired me to pursue a career in service.
It did what? Oh, this is hard to watch.
I left the law firm and became a public defender because my city of Wilmington was the only city in America occupied by the National Guard after Dr. King was assassinated because of the riots. And I became a county councilman almost by accident. I got elected to the United States Senate when I had no intention of running at age 29. Then vice president of our first black president. Now president to the first women vice president.
Yay, identity politics! He's starting to glitch.
In my career, I've been told I was too young. By the way, they didn't let me on the Senate elevators for
He's
votes
folding
sometimes.
while Rome is on fire.
Not a joke. And I've been told I'm too old.
You are too old.
Whether young or old, I've always known what endures. I've known our North Star. The very idea of America is that we're all created equal and deserves to be treated equally throughout our lives. We've never fully lived up to that idea, but we've never walked away from it either. And I won't walk away from it now. I'm optimistic. I really am. I'm optimistic, Nancy.
Well, that's because you're a fool.
My fellow Americans, the issue facing our nation isn't how old we are, it's how old are our ideas.
And your ideas
anger,
are very
revenge,
old.
retribution are the oldest of ideas. But you can't lead America with ancient ideas that only take us back. You lead America, the land of possibilities. You need a vision for the future and what can and should be done. Tonight you've heard mine. I see a future where defending democracy, you don't diminish it. I see a future where we restore the right to choose and protect our freedoms, not take them away. I see a future where the middle class finally has a fair shot and the wealthy have to pay their fair share in taxes. I see a future where we save the planet from the climate crisis and our country from gun violence.
And everybody gets to ride a unicorn.
Above all, I see a future for all Americans. I see a country for all Americans. And I will always be president for all Americans because I believe in America. I believe in you, the American people. You're the reason we've never been more optimistic about our future than I am now. So let's build the future together. Let's remember who we are. We are the United States of America.
Oh, God. Please say finish the
And
job.
there's nothing beyond our capacity
Oh, I'm so close.
when we act together. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Damn it. Oh, I was so close. Oh, no, wait. He did say Affordable Health Care Act. I win. I'm going over my head all the things he said. And he definitely said Affordable Health Care Act. He said, this is the 50th time you guys have tried to vote against the Affordable Health Care Act or something like that. He did say health care. He did. I heard it. Yes. So I win. Okay, good. That's good. But in reality, we all lose. As long as this man stays our president. Yeah, as long as this man stays our president, we all will lose, guys. And that's just how it is. Will you play my song? Yeah, I'll play your song, girl. Yeah, guys, so that was just a big old dumpster fire. There were people screaming at him and laughing at him inside his own Congress. And out here, we were all screaming and laughing at him because he's a fucking moron and his brain doesn't work. It's kind of funny. It was kind of funny. It was more sad than anything. It's sad to see the President of the United States like that, really. It's sad. I don't know what else to say. It was terrible. It'll be in the news tomorrow. We'll find out tomorrow what they were screaming in the news. No more press. That would be a good chant for him. Yeah, I hope that, not really. I mean, Donald Trump has a better chance of beating Joe Biden than anyone else, right? Because he has something to compare. A new guy, you can't say, well, look what he's done to the country, right? But with Joe Biden, you can. Reanimate Reagan. Oh, God, that would be so awesome. That would be the best thing. Shoot. Yeah, or Eisenhower. Ike. Bring back Ike. Bring back Ike. Neither one of them can be president again. They were all president for 8 years. All the good ones can't be president again. Reagan was awesome. He's my favorite president that I've ever had, even more than Donald Trump. Because just Reagan was that much more badass, you know what I mean? He was. Trump was good, but he was no Reagan. All right, guys. Well, as you know, I've been heavily censored and banned and all that shit by the YouTube. So if you guys want to support the channel, I drop links into the chat on how you can do that. Yeah, that would be awesome. He's going to sleep for a month after that speech. Yeah, as long as he wakes up by election day so that we can whip his ass. Yeah, I would take an AI Reagan over this guy, for sure. For sure. Train a model so that it can think like Reagan. Yeah, my first name's David. Thank you, Smashed. Thank you, brother. I love your work, too. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for the show. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Remember, we go live whenever the hell I can, because that's what I do. I hopefully will be back tomorrow. I think Joe Biden has an event. I don't know about the press secretary, maybe, but if he's traveling, it'll be a gaggle. I don't like to do those because it's only audio.